What's going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of an early episode of Raw from Australia, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including is Seth Rollins injured, a WWE facing major legal trouble, the truth behind the viral John Cena photo, the Dudleys officially retire from wrestling, a shocking return at a TNA show, and much more. As always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number one. Vision opens. Now, it would have been welcome to see something other than the Vision open up Raw. After Crown Jewel, the faction opening up the show made sense. Seth Rollins would put over both Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and even kiss Paul Heyman's head. So we had that. Number two, Dom versus Penta. Dominic Mysterio and Penta had a stellar match for the IC Championship. The crowd dynamic added a new element to the match, as Penta was heavily booed and Mysterio was heavily cheered. The finish saw Mysterio once again pulling Eddie by using a hammer as a weapon. Dirty Dom is now set to revisit his feud with Rusev, as Rusev has once again been made number one contender for Mysterio's title. Dirty Dom is also rumored to face John Cena at Survivor Series. With Mysterio having fans on his side, it'll be interesting to see how the crowd reacts to this matchup. But I'm pretty sure that many people want to see John Cena finally become Grand Slam champion by winning the IC Championship, the only title he's never won. Number three, War Games hype. WWE are continuing to forward the momentum when it comes to the Kabuki Warriors versus Rhea Ripley and Yayo Skytori. Kairi Sane and Red Play had an excellent TV match on Raw, and now there's a lot of rumors that WWE could be allowing the feud to develop in a War Games match next month, with several women joining the story. This is one of the strongest stories in the entire company, and hopefully WWE keeps the storytelling focused and character-driven. Number four, Bronson's push continues. The WWSC's push of Bronson Reed continues, as they would Reed defeat Jimmy USO convincingly on Raw. It'll be interesting to see where the strong presentation with Reed goes, as he's now defeated Roman Reigns. Surely he's destined for an extended run in the main event scene, and an insane main event angle, and a move that nobody saw coming. The Vision is no more. Following CM Punk's number one contendership victory in the main event, Bronson Reed and Broner would officially turn on their leader Seth Rollins. Raw would actually go off the air with Breaker holding the world title high in the air. The WWE does surprise angles like no other company in the world, and they even did the classic huge angle following the closing credit swerve that they have used a number of times over the past decade, one being CM Punk's return. This was a major angle that certainly helps draw interest into product. But that was a good one. About the bad is number one tag team champions absent. Of the world tag team champions, the Judgment Day were completely absent from the show. With that being said, WWE has clearly heard the negativity when it comes to their reign, as it was announced that the duo will defend their titles against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee on next week's show. Hopefully, WWE delivers a title change, as the Judgment Day holding the titles is just a cursed booking decision at this point. And nothing on the show this week stood out as downright ugly. The show had some fantastic matches and angles, and the Australian crowd certainly helped elevate all the segments and matches on the show. The unexpected turn made the show even better. Nobody thought the division would be ending today. What do you guys think of Raw? Well, when some of you watch it, let us know in the comments down below. Now, let's move on to the news. Now, first story looks at is facing major legal trouble. Our top story today takes a look at the latest developments when it comes to the TKO WWE royalty scandal. Last week, Kevin Nash spoke out regarding how TKO has changed the royalty system, and he stated that they have since TKO took over, and he was even considering legal action. But Nash isn't the only one to speak out regarding this, as Stevie Richards, who has had multiple runs in the company, stated that he has to call WWE for the checks, as a check stopped coming around a decade ago. They get royalty checks. Oh my god, I have to call WWE off. I have not gotten a royalty check in probably 10 years, and I'm definitely not getting one now. So for Kevin to put that out there now, we got a game of chicken going on, right? It's got to be legal from this point on, because once Kevin stands his ground with this, and I assume Sean Waltman is going to do that, maybe open the door for other talent definitely within the NWO scope. Richards continued by stating that forensic accounting could reveal some major issues for WWE and TKO. Forensic accounting could have revealed more than they even bargained for. You know what I mean? They haven't sent me one check in 10 years. It's not going to be on the level of NWO, but what do they owe me? I'm actually going to email talent relations after this. Maybe they'll get back to me. They didn't have the spine infection, but I'm going to ask them, am I owed royalty checks? Because I haven't gotten any in like 8 to 10 years. You times that by 100. But royalty payments are an embedded part of the pro wrestling industry, especially when a company is on television and produces merchandise and video games. In relation to how the breakdown actually works, Richard states that the wrestlers get a tiny amount of revenue because it's based on net rather than gross. Yeah, there's a decimal point, and what I heard was a lot of zeros. And then the 1. And by the way, here's the key. It's not gross. It's net. That's the trick. Net means what? What operating costs. What this? They will shave that down. Then you get percentage of that net number 1/3 of 1 multiple zeros. And the 1, that this should be a wake-up call for WWE. And if more wrestlers speak out about this, then they may be forced to take action. In relation to Nash's legal claim, if even more wrestlers file a claim, then this will definitely help his case. So we could be looking at a situation where countless names from WWEC's past are then taken into court, which will be a crazy situation that WWE will want to avoid at all costs. Next up, a main roster call-up scrap. Javon Evans looked to be set for a main roster call-up thanks mainly to his work on SmackDown. But now it appears that Evans has now officially returned to the NXT brand for the time being. Evans has now chimed in on this during an appearance on the Black Wrestling Podcast. And according to the talented star, there were talks to call him up, but even he wasn't sure if he was quite ready. Honestly, I'm not sure. I feel like I can accomplish so much more. There was talks, but I was just like, to this date, I don't know if I'm ready. And maybe that self-doubt a little bit, or me being nervous. But I just know that Triple H, Nick Aldis, they know what they're doing. Shawn knows what he's doing. So if they see something and they feel like I'm ready, then let's catch the football and run with it. Evans would also admit that he has a lot to learn before he formally makes it to Raw or SmackDown. I think that I just want to learn as much as I can in NXT. My main goal is being the best ever in wrestling. So I feel like in NXT, that's where it starts. So I want to learn as much as I can in NXT. So by the time I get to Raw or SmackDown, it's an easy transition. And I know what I know, and I'm automatically up there with the top dogs and prove myself that I can hang with the top dogs. Evans is one of the youngest names on the entire roster at just 21 years old. Whilst he's certainly young, his appearances on SmackDown received rave reviews, and there's no reason why he can't be doing both for the time being. SmackDown needs fresh stars, and they without a doubt need young stars that the company can build around for the next decade. There's often criticism directed at WWE for not having enough young stars, and Evans without a doubt can help deter some of that criticism. Next up, referees to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, in recent years, there have been vocal calls from fans to see referees inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Names such as Earl Hebner and Charles Robinson have had Hall of Fame careers. It's only fitting that they receive the nod. One former WWE referee who is also pushing for this is Mike Chioda, and according to the man himself during an appearance on Maven's YouTube channel, Joey Mela should be the first name inducted. Yes, I really do, man. I really feel like we should be a part of it. I don't want to push myself, right? I'd rather push for Joey Mela. He's done so many phenomenal matches before he passed, and this should definitely be something that WWE considers in the future. And Chioda would even urge Triple H to listen to his request. Next up, the truth behind the viral John Cena photo. Our photo is going viral of John Cena, with supposedly his stunt double. Looking at the photo, the man looks to be seen as exact doppelganger to the very T, maybe just looking a tad older. Now, unfortunately, this is not a real photo, and it's been made with the use of AI. The original photo is someone completely different, and the person erased is UFC fighter Jack Della Maddalena. The photo really has tricked a number of people. Next up, Seth Rollins injured. Now, prior to this week's edition of Raw, Seth Rollins was actually observed wearing a sling on his left arm, raising concerns about a legitimate injury. A photo circulated on social media showing Rollins walking in Perth, holding an ice cream in one hand while his injured arm rested in a black sling. Now, the match between Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel was incredibly intense, and many feel that Seth Rollins could have injured himself during the brutal coast-to-coast move later in the bout. Despite the visible arm support, Rollins still appeared on Raw tonight, and during the show, he was surprised and betrayed by his own faction, the vision of Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker turning on him. Now, Seth Rollins has been known to work the fans on social media regarding the injury. It was only recently that Rollins pulled off the ruse of the century with an injured knee and cashing in his money in the bank briefcase. Right now, we have no other news other than this photo. Do you think Seth Rollins really is legitimately injured? If he is injured, it kind of makes sense why he was almost written off tonight.